Hello, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to the Guardian Hub podcast, where we talk Destiny, sometimes bring on guests. We talk about our love of the game. Tonight, we have our two magical hosts, plus one in spirit, smoking a full pack of Marlboros with a raspy voice. Kingsley Mack unfortunately could not make it, feeling a little under the weather. But we have myself, Cyn, and DesRaven. Des, how have you been doing on your birthday week, sir?
Been doing all right. Worked the day before and day of my birthday, and I've been off since, and my sleep schedule is already entirely shot. So, yeah.
Staying up too late playing video games or watching movies?
Strangely napping. Not even really staying up more, just like random naps at random times. And
Nice.
yeah, I don't know. It's like really weird. It's like I don't know. It's like I can't stay awake. Oh, like last night, I have no idea what time I actually went to sleep at all.
Oh, jeez.
I'm watching a stream on YouTube. I'm like trying to take notes of certain things because it was a deck I was looking to play in Yu-Gi-Oh. So I'm like, okay, all right, I need to watch this and see the decisions that are being made. Next thing I know, I'm waking up, the lights are out, and it's like, oh, all right, I'm just gonna go back to sleep now.
Nice. I'm actually kind of jealous. My life has been on the opposite end. Even though I'm working later in the day, I don't go in until 10 o'clock, and then I work 8, maybe 9 hours, 10 hours at the max. And so my schedule, that part is pretty lax. But on my days off still, I'm helping with taking the kids to swim practices, or we have a jam pack because we're trying to get ready for vacation. We're kind of getting in vacation mode. So I'm kind of jealous, not gonna lie. I could use a nap every now and again. Just if I do that, I will miss out on tons. So I sacrifice my sleep.
Oh, I completely did myself. I could do my napping schedule. I had no clue what time it was, and I missed a rate yesterday. It's like, oh crap. Oops.
Yeah, that must have been the one I filled in for last night. I had to run out. I've been selling some stuff for my yard sale pile in my basement because my basement is starting to get overwhelmed. And I ran out, ran back, jumped back on, and knocked that out. Had a duality right before that we knocked out in 30, maybe 40 minutes max. We blew through it, which was nice. Any Prime Day shopping for you these last few days? We're recording on Thursday night? It was Tuesday, Wednesday, I think was Prime Days. So did you do any Prime Day shopping?
No.
I did. Not as much. And I would like to say you probably didn't miss much. This year seemed a little underwhelming compared to most previous years because some of the deals that were on there weren't extraordinary. I would say out of, normal times or normal sale days in the retail business. But I did pick up a new TV for the basement. I ended up doing the 0% financing with it. I got a Sony with 120 hertz, an HDMI 2.1, and I plan on mounting the Xbox up next to it. And if I get back into the PlayStation realm, I'll pop that up there along with the Switch and kind of get everything mounted on my wall in my basement. Have my little game area. So I'm excited for that. Destiny-wise, Des, what have you been doing in the game?
I've barely loaded into the game, actually. I've been taking my time to get to it as of late. All this free time, and it's somehow got pushed to the back burner. But yeah.
Now you mentioned you were up late doing the Yu-Gi-Oh build watching and kind of watching different things about that. Yeah. And I've seen it pop up in Discord a couple of times. I think maybe the way you have it linked, it shows Yu-Gi-Oh on there. You've been playing a little bit of that at least?
Oh, yeah. I pop in and out on that. We just recently, this last week? Or has it been this week? It was either last week or this week. We had some new content drop and some new cards come through, so meta's shifting, becoming a little more aggravating. So, yeah.
Doesn't sound too far off the way Destiny shifts month to month. for season to season.
Well, the only bad thing about this is because, I mean, the only bad thing about Master Duel is the fact that it's still like stuck in the past. Essentially, it's still like catching up to cards that are like physically released like already, and have I think we're somewhere between 6 and 8 months behind. So this is a meta that like physical, like people that play the card game physically and in a tournament setting have already been through. And we're definitely entering a phase of less than 24 hours after this update. I'm already hating the exact same things I heard physical Yu-Gi-Oh players hate, like when I was watching videos just casually beforehand. So it's already fantastic. But yeah, that's the only downside is we know what's coming, and right now that's not a great thing. So because there's some aggravating things entering, but also at the same time it's downright hilarious because the nature of card games and the illustrations of these awfully and hated like cards and archetypes. Because right now, the most hated deck in the game is this archetype that involves these 3 small Arctic birds. So, yes, these 3 small Arctic birds, and they're friends, because it's the story of these Arctic birds taking a long migration trip. So a lot of the other cards are like birds they meet along their adventure, like a penguin, and a toucan, and robins, and so on and so forth. So yeah, birds are the most hated cards in Yu-Gi-Oh right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's hilarious when you. Yeah,
that's one thing I never got into were the card games. I played a little bit of the Blizzard one, like a few rounds here and there, but never got. Yeah, never really got into it much. I don't know. It's my life is chaotic and couldn't find the focus to do it. So, but I know a lot of people that play them and really enjoy them.
Yeah, I've tried Hearthstone and I loved Hearthstone for the simple fact that it was using old, like original Warcraft, like sound bites that they haven't used in like decades. So I thought that, or at least maybe not actual like original sound bites, but like hearing phrases that I recognize. Like playing the orc side, you hear "job's done." Like I remember that. So yeah, that's nice. And then I very quickly got out of it because I don't think I had anything that could play it well. So
nice. Shoot, I think I've done tons of Destiny this week, right? I've gotten a couple raids in. I've gotten a couple dungeons in. The exotic sword still eludes me, where I know the collective measure or that exotic pulse rifle from the raid is eluding a lot of people right now. I've been blessed in the RNG aspect for that and gotten it a few times. Not that I need it more than once, but I've now done the dungeon, probably not as much as the raid, but I've done it and still have not gotten it. I've run it 2 times, 2 different characters this week, a couple different characters last week. Pretty much once or twice every other week prior, trying to get it. The only thing I haven't done is the solo version to get the increased chance. And I hear it's not too bad, and especially with the Laura Lee Titan, which I've been rocking in PvE a lot more lately. And one of the raids we did last night was Hammer Crasher, and did it with a few people that haven't jumped in a while. It was quite nice. We did the second raid was TJ Ives, Hammer Crasher. We had Zebrak in there, and forgive me, I'm gonna forget the names real quick of whoever was in there. It was, let's see. Oh, yep, Lucifer, Metal Giles, and yeah. I know the first one we did was TJ 202K, and then the second one was TJ Ives. That helped out. So not too shabby. And I think that's really been about it, other than maybe some Iron Banner. I'm on that quest for trying to get that title. Not that I need it, but really helping to get my power level up for next week when Caretaker comes back around in Val, and I can finally check off the raid title there. That's the last master challenge that I need. So super excited about getting that done. Now, biggest question I have for you, Des.
Uh-oh.
Love and Thunder.
Still haven't seen
Oh no.
it.
You have to see it now before you go back on Monday.
Oh. Well, that's going to be difficult because now my wife's out of town, and
Is that a problem?
we watch Marvel movies together. Then she'll be coming back Monday, so
Okay, well, next week before we record, we might have to talk about it. I think you'll enjoy it. It was a good movie.
heard that. I'm already seeing like the same like headlines for it that I saw even for Multiverse of Madness though. So I think the current formula for Marvel might be falling off a little bit. I feel because it's the same like question. Like I said, and it's just headlines. I haven't like really read anything, but it's the same question of like, is it not serious enough? I'm like, it's like this.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does have the different feel like Multiverse. I would agree with that statement. But I still really enjoyed it. Again,
yeah.
I'm not a big critic when it comes to that. I enjoy it for like how they've made it, what it is,
Exactly.
the action throughout the movie. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about it when you finally do get to watch it.
Yeah, all I'm like, yeah, I'm 100% that way too. That's why I tend to be so like loose with it, is because, again, I mean, it's just a form of entertainment, and like if you can't like turn, if a person's thought of like enjoying a movie is going there and dissecting every little itty bitty part of it and saying how this wouldn't work or this wouldn't work or that wouldn't work, that should have been that. It's like I don't see how people can enjoy it that way, taking like that critical thinking to it. I mean, it's a movie. Just turn your brain off, go dumb, laugh at the funny stuff, cry at the sad stuff, and have fun. You
Right.
know?
Exactly. Shout out to all the people in our live chat right now. For those listening on their podcast app of choice, don't forget to join into the Discord and join our live chats. Typically recording on Thursday nights. You'll see a pop up in the top of the Discord when we do go live. Tony Death, Mohafo, and Cato, and of course Kingsley's here in spirit. Goes to Kingsley past again. He's in chat with us tonight.
Indeed, he's here in spirit, just cannot be here physically. He is ill, so everyone send him your well wishes. He is a ghost. He has died. He has passed, but not really. But yeah. Hopefully you get better though. Speedily. Because being sick just freaking sucks. Especially if you're sick enough where you lose your voice. That really sucks.
For sure.
Like, that's definitely the bad sick. Like when it affects your body enough to where your voice goes out, it's like, yeah, that's bad. That's when I feel my worst. Like, even if I have body aches, but if it's a sickness that's enough to kill my voice, yeah, that's like the worst I'm sick.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I'm a biggest baby when it comes to being sick, and I haven't never lost my voice. I've definitely had some rasp and some coughing and stuff and phlegm, but never got to that point. So I feel for you.
Also, speaking of like entertainment and stuff, I'll go ahead and bring this up. In the world of, I guess, somewhat anime, there has been going around the lines a Dragon Ball inspired fan animation making the rounds on YouTube for like certain reactors and stuff that I watch, and it is absolutely fantastic. Let's see if I can. It's called Legend: A Dragon Ball Tale. And there's the link. It dropped 8 days ago. Because I didn't know about it till about 6 days ago.
Nice.
So we do that. I will drop that in the live chat. It's a short little animation. It's like 8. It's about a 10-minute animation because it has a couple of minutes of the director at the very end speaking. So yeah. It's a cool. It's just, it's so well done. It's really cool.
I'm gonna pop that
Oh,
up
yeah.
on one of the browsers over here so I can watch it here after the show. Because if I sit there and watch it, I might get distracted. I might not talk for that length of time.
Right. So yeah. So there's that. It's fantastic to watch. Definitely go check it out. And yeah, like it's just a fantastic little thing that took him apparently 4 years to animate because it was an entire. I mean, he's had like no backing or whatever, so I mean, it's like an independent production. So
Nice. Before we get into the TWAB, Mohaffer's here in live chat. He had posed a question in the Discord.
yeah, but that relates to the TWAP. Well, I
Okay.
mean, sort of, not really. I mean, it doesn't, but kind of does. Good.
Okay, yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it mid TWAB then.
Okay.
I'll go back up
Jesus.
and pull it up during that. You all right?
Yeah, it's somewhat related. Yeah, just cough and I don't know.
Kingsley's
Year-round allergies, gotta love them. Right. But no, like it will serve into a segue at the very least. But yeah, his question was, I remember reading it, but we actually did speak of this on a podcast prior, at least 3 to 4 weeks ago, I think. When they announced that they were going to have the 1,000 silver bonus card for Solstice, back whenever they announced that. Which my biggest reaction at the time was, why? Because this legitimately reminded me of the first festival, The Lost, with the masks and the record book, and because SRL had it too, and I think you had to was it like 10 or so bucks to basically get like everything out of those events, and it was not received well at all. So the fact that Mo has not heard like raging discourse about this leads me to believe there isn't a lot of rage about this, and also why? Like, has our view on like the microtransactions changed that much, or like has Bungie done a good enough job where they're finally getting like a kind of getting a pass on the criticism to a degree, or is it set up good enough that it really doesn't matter?
Yeah.
So
it may not.
I don't know.
It may not matter. I'm kind of skimming through the event card summary now. But yeah, crank us off. Start off the TWAB. We'll get to that part and go through it all.
Well, I mean, TWAB definitely reiterates the event card summary. They're basically kind of trying to make it a little easier to find just event-related things that they're introducing with this year's event. So pretty much everything from, of course, event challenges to event title to everything is going to be found on this event card, which can either be viewed through Ava or through your quest menu tab. And then once you get something done, it will be unlocked through that event card as well. So like I said, it sounds like they're trying to organize things to be a little, I guess, a little easier to see through a very slightly convoluted step. Which, like I said, this isn't too bad. They've had more convoluted stuff in the past, so this isn't bad. It's just I don't know. I don't know if this has been necessary, but of course, for 1,000 silver, which I believe is the $9.99 bundle of silver, at least
It
US
is.
dollar.
Yes.
So translate that to whatever currency you have. But yeah, so you're getting at least, because they do showcase at least 2 emotes that you unlock, or 2 things that you unlock automatically once you upgrade your event card, which is indeed called the upgraded event card. Fantastic. We're apparently getting a hot dog eating emote and Ghost with a cute summer hat.
Yeah, I see it here. Hot dog eating.
That hat might be worth the upgraded event card. I'm just saying, because that is an adorable Ghost. But here's the thing, because unless like the Eververse, because surely there's probably more stuff that's going to hop into like the Eververse stuff for this, for sure. But I mean, depending on like what else is there, because again, we just see the 2. We might have been told more earlier, but my memory doesn't go back that far. Oh, and event tickets. What are event tickets for? I did not read this part. I looked over it.
Yeah, I was reading that too.
I'm not seeing, I'm seeing notice for event tickets.
For more rewards.
Completing event challenges earn players event-related rewards and event tickets. So event tickets are a currency for something. This doesn't seem entirely well described on what the event tickets are for, but I'm probably certain they'll.
Sounds to me like what they've done in events past, right? Where you gain that currency and you can turn it in for stuff at
Things.
but stuff
Yeah.
you're already going to get, right? They may not matter as much.
Yeah, for sure. And to be honest, if they switch to this event ticket currency, like this could just be like the simplified currency that all events use, like, in the future, so that way we don't have to continually, maybe. Like, who knows? We'll definitely find out very soon exactly how all this is going to work.
Yeah, it's coming quickly. What, next week at this point? So when this episode drops to podcasts around the podcast verse, it'll drop on Tuesday, I thought.
Okay, so upgrading the event card gives you the instant claimable reward bundle. It looks like the event tickets are for the upgraded card. Because unlocking the upgraded card gives you the ability to spend event tickets for more rewards. So I'm wondering, like, the event tickets might be instead a brand new currency for our reward card. Because we needed another one of those.
My inventory is already screaming. It'll be
right.
It'll be definitely bloated after that.
Yeah, if that's the direction they're taking, like it's like that's a moderate, like small to moderate complaint people in Destiny have had, just like the total amount of currencies we have to juggle now, and they just keep giving us more. It's like, oh, you have too many currencies? Here, take this currency too. Oh, and this currency. Oh, we're adding this new system, which is going to give us this new currency that you can hang out. Oof. All right. Anyway,
stop contacting Oprah and everybody gets a currency.
Right. So yeah, so like I said, as far as like $10 isn't bad. It doesn't. I don't know. It'll still, like, my thoughts on it will pretty much be better, or I guess my opinion on it will better be formed once I see what all we get off of the upgraded event card, because they still haven't given us, like, the end all say all on exactly everything that's in the event card, which Yeah, that's understandable. But I mean, an exotic emote and an exotic ghost, I mean, that can arguably be worth $10 already.
Right.
Because I mean,
I would-
exotic emotes are what, 700-800 silver, if not 1,000,
I
by
think that
themselves.
the charity one that they released, the doggo one, the dog companion one, was 1,000. So $10 right there.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as like the worth goes, let's see, I'm looking right now. So yeah, normal exotic emote is 1,000 silver. This exotic shell is 600 silver. So yeah, just from what they've showcased us already, that's 1,600 silver for 1,000, and that's just the instant things you get, apparently, for buying the upgraded event card. So I mean, the value, at least for what we've had in the store before, might be there. Like, this might be some decent value. Like, again, at least for the exchange rate that we currently have, our on the current Destiny market, this might be worth getting into, like, if that's your thing. But also at the same time, I don't see anything that, because the ability to spend the event tickets just seems to be for the upgraded cards. I mean, if it's not interfering or necessary to the event, I mean, so far I'm not seeing anything for this to be like a super negative thing, unlike Festival of the Lost, like the original one, where the pretty much the only way you could complete the mask collection was by buying the upgraded card years ago, and that was pretty awful.
Right.
So yeah, so I don't see much. Like I said, I don't see much so far, but again, once everything comes out, I'll definitely probably have a better grasp on opinion. But on the other hand, we have some changes, um, where we get to hear from the design lead CJ Payne on this TWAB, explaining to us how we're going to be, or how the armor is going to be working this year for Solstice. And you can definitely get a look at it, and definitely looks like it might be some of the best armor yet. Definitely might be. It's up there. It's looking really nice, really clean.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. And that does look actually looks pretty nice. It's a little bit different than the previous years for sure.
Yeah, it still has like that kind of feel from the first like two solstices, like with the kind of sash look on the Titan. But also at the same time, each set has a different look, which is one thing I really think I super enjoy about it. Like, each set seems to have its own identity this year. They don't look too similar from one another. So that's what I really like, just on first glance, really enjoy about this year's sets, is they're all three very different. So yeah,
Yeah, I do see
that's
that.
nice.
Each one has its own little spiky part of the helm. The
Yeah,
Warlock's got a mohawk. We got almost looking horns on the Titan, and then a different kind of mohawk on the Hunter.
yeah. So apparently, there. We were just talking about it, and I completely forgot this is the segue for it. Yeah, we're getting more currencies for Solstice this year. What were we just saying about currencies? Yeah, we're getting more currencies for Solstice this year. But these currencies are involved with. Okay, let me go over their goals, right? For this year's Solstice. And they wanted to focus on actively upgrading armor the entire event through new player interaction, or new player actions. They wanted to provide agency and choice with how you upgrade your armor. They want to give players a chance to reasonably chase armor rolls for the duration of the event. And they want to tie together acquiring and upgrading armor with the theme of Solstice, and then want to lower the barrier to entry for players who haven't engaged with armor stats. So there's, like they say themselves, if you ever wanted to chase down specific armor rolls, Solstice is your time to shine. Want 100% Resilience build? You got it. Need new armor set for Nightfall's Crucible and Gambit? We've got you covered. And with a little luck, maybe you'll get the god roll you've been waiting for. So this year's Solstice definitely seems to be about the armor grind, and it kind of seems like they want to give us an easier time to grind out exactly what we want on those armors this year. And the answer to that is apparently more currencies. So we will be introduced to Silver Leaves, which Silver Leaves are the base currency, where you can get Silver Leaves for completing activities throughout the game. So this seems to be the basic seasonal currency that we're used to. Then there's Silver Ash, and Silver Ash can be, or you can transform Silver Leaves into Silver Ash by completing the new activity, Bonfire Bash. Interesting. You can spend Silver Ash to reroll armor stats from the armor on the armor mod screen. Interesting. Then we have Kindling, and you can earn Kindling by completing Solstice Event Challenge, and you spend Kindling to upgrade your armor stat roll potential. So from the sounds of, or from the way they're telling us, there are 3 levels to this year's Solstice armor. And at the 3rd level, you're getting the maximum potential for stat rolls, which I'm guessing means it can start hitting into, of course, the mid to high 60s, potentially, at tier 3. The good news is, whenever you use a Kindling to upgrade an armor piece, you're not just upgrading a single armor piece, you're actually upgrading any armor that drops in that slot.
Now, in seasons past, they've have done the 3 tiers, right? And I seem to remember they've done something special with Solstice armors previously in D2, and I think it might be like where I think when they did change something with like Armor 2.0, maybe when we had that one Solstice before Armor 2.0 dropped, they gave us that armor again that was Armor 2.0 compatible, basically.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're continuing that trend. Something special about it, and still you have to upgrade it 3 times.
So yeah, they do mention if you upgrade a helmet all the way to tier 3, every Solstice helmet currently in your inventory and any future helmets you earn for that class can now access tier 3 stat rolls. So it definitely seems like, again, the grind is going to potentially be not so awful, especially with the Silver Ash, because Silver Ash is essential, because we had armor rerolls, and because we had armor rerolls in D1. I think we had some kind of rerolling system in D1. I know that. But it seems like this is going to be kind of it might be a test bed for maybe bringing back armor rerolls. Either way, we are going to be able to, just the capability of not only hunting for armor pieces through the drop, but also the capability of rerolling it. I mean, that's just potentially going to be a far better grind than what we've had in years before.
Right. Yeah, I could see that.
So there is that. And let's see, they mention Silver Leaves, Ash, Bonfires. So basically everything they say afterwards is pretty much the same thing. And they actually do give us a little tidbit, and I backed out of the 12. That's fantastic work, me. Buttons. Gotta love them, right? Anyway, so let me scroll down real fast. Let's find this again. And yes, we actually have something of choice. Okay, so yeah, they show us how to do the kindlings. at least in a screenshot preview, and they also show us re-rolling, right? We actually will be getting focused re-rolling. The screenshot actually shows a spark of resilience, and it says, imbue this armor with this spark to re-roll its stat with high resilience. And it tells us where we can get Silver Ash, and it gives a little note. Imbuing armor with a spark guarantees a minimum of plus 20 in its corresponding stat. That's really good, actually.
So very, very much like what we have now for weapon crafting, but now it seems like they're getting into armor crafting.
Potentially. Like, I mean, it's definitely, I mean, it's almost like the direct focusing that we had, where we could focus for particular stats. But this might be, which I don't know why they got rid of stat focusing anyway, but anyhow. Well, it might be because of the ghost shells. Fair. Anyway, so yeah, so we are going to be able to re-roll. This re-rolling will apparently be, you can focus your stats, which is just super nice. And I wonder if that gimmick of wearing a ghost will essentially be able to really tailor the like exact armor pieces you want, which would be super nice. But yeah, this seems like a lot of like player control for grinding out potentially multiple sets of like Solstice armor to use for varieties of situations. It might all basically boil down to exactly how much are you willing to grind the event to get the armor stats you want.
Are you going to be doing it?
Probably at least the first week. I might grind that. Probably not. I'll probably get like an ideal stat roll set on my hunter. Because that's generally what I do with Solstice armor anyway now. Is like last year's Solstice armor became my generic PvP or PvE armor. Like anything I wanted or needed to do, like I kept up. Like my Solstice armor was like the first thing I would like keep up. So, like I said, like first time doing a dungeon, doing a raid, whatever, it'll be my Solstice armor. And then as I, get raid armor pieces, I'll swap out for the raid mods and that benefit. But yeah, but anything generic I do in Solstice armor. So I will definitely at least on my hunter, grab out like an ideal stat roll, just for like generic PvE at the very least. I don't know about my other two, depending on how hard the grind is and how quickly I get burnout on it. But my hunter, I'll definitely aim to get like an ideal armor set.
Right. Yeah, I feel the same about the Titan. I just don't know if I will grind the other two. I kind of want to just to have them, especially if this, version of a armor crafting will be a solid thing.
Yeah. I mean, who knows if I get like a wild hair in me and I just start grinding this event like crazy, like I'm, might have multiple sets of armor to like set up, and which would be nice because that would actually alleviate because a lot of my vault woes, which yeah, I'm starting to have vault woes again. Surprise. Yeah, a lot of my vault woes are just like keeping like these potentially good rolled armor pieces. So who knows? I might also make a PvP set, or at least my hunter as well, so that way I can just clear my vault out and just have 2 sets of armor that I'm definitely going to wear just for generic stuff.
Right.
Which also, to be honest, at least with the way everything is, I might just use one for both. Who knows? I don't know. Like, I don't know for certain right now, but I'm definitely grinding out like one good stat roll piece, like set of armor. Like, for sure. I'm for sure about that.
Yeah, I'll be up there with the one. We'll see about the multiples.
And for sure. Like I said, it'll depend upon my mood. It'll depend on you know, how easy. Like if it's a super easy grind, who knows? I might have 2 or 3 sets per character. I mean, that would be really cool. And again, it would clear out my vault of a lot of crap I just have piled up.
Right.
The more I say that, the more I might just try and push this event a little harder than I might normally, just to be able to get rid of some of this freaking armor that's just sitting in my vault.
Yeah, I really do need to clean out my armor. I've been sitting on some blue pieces
Right.
still, or purple pieces, but I just haven't felt like it. Now with more, space this season, I don't find the need for it.
Oh, I'm finding the need again, sadly.
And did we answer Mo's question about the this event card? I think in a roundabout way. Maybe it might be a little bit of an overreaction about the monetization. We might just have to wait and see. I think.
I don't know. I think he's asking why there isn't an overreaction about the monetization, and for that, I really don't know. I'm surprised if there isn't an overreaction to the monetization. Like, I would be legitimately surprised. But yeah, from what he's saying, there isn't as much of an outcry. If there isn't, I kind of take that as a win, because
Right.
it'd be nice for the Destiny community to just shut up for a little bit, just for a little bit. Yeah, it would be nice if this was just something that the Destiny community was kind of chill on, and like I said, would just wait and see. That's all I really ever ask about a lot of like the overreactions is just to wait and see. Don't react on it when you're hearing about it, because we don't know exactly how it's going to be implemented. Judge it by the implementation and not what you think the implementation is going to be. That's usually what I ask. So if that's the result, that's going to be just super nice, and then I have nothing to complain about.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I'll definitely give more of my weight on what I think when I see it. But so far, I don't think it looks as bad as other systems have been. I'll say that one too, because I've been at this a while. I've seen Destiny in its lows and highs. And I guess unlike some people, I don't quite have member berries about some of the lows thinking they were highs. I remember the despairs. I remember the disparage. The only thing I never got that I think the community did was that whole Forever 29 thing. I had little to no issue leveling, so lucky me on that one. But like pretty much everything else, I felt. But yeah. He says, what to say? I looked up at Reddit to see maybe 2 posts. For all the wow, Reddit being chill about this? Oh my god. We might have to like mark this day on the calendar or something. This is a historic event. Reddit is chill about something. Holy crap.
Welcome to the first of everything, or first of something.
Right? Like, this is what I've been asking. Because yeah, that's what Mo's saying, like the general like consensus is like a wait and see consensus, which is what I ask. Let's again judge it by the implementation, not what you think. Yeah.
Timeline are we in? One of the multiverses. It's a
Right.
multiverse of madness here.
Careful, this might be the darkest timeline. This might be where things go before they just start, hitting rock bottom. But wow, this is oof. That's crazy news to me. Just to know that Reddit's kind of chill about this. That's nice. That's nice. I might go on Reddit today. Holy crap.
Awesome. We're just really a short, by the time, we're recording this again on a Thursday, less than a week away. Definitely
Yep.
less than a week away from it actually launching, if you hear this after the live recording. And, it's in just a week, you'll hear our thoughts about it. We'll be live and deep inside the solstice, and hopefully enjoying it.
Yeah, yeah. Especially, like I said, if they opened up the EAZ and like made the grind not awful, I don't see why not. Grind out for one good. Actually grind out for one good roll of armor, right? I don't see why not. But again, all things depending, that might be all my patience is good for.
Fair enough.
Right, Mo. Famous last words. I might go on Reddit today. Oh
no. Do it, and we'll have to talk about it. We'll post it in Discord. Post your live reactions in Discord.
Yeah, sure. Oh God, Mo. Did you make this like as we were talking about it? Like this exhibit meme that has been made. Oh, you made it! Oh, Mo, good work, good work. I'm gonna steal that and I'm gonna use it because that is like fantastic. And me, I love exhibit. That is exhibit, right? Oh my God! Don't tell me I'm forgetting who it is. It is exhibit. I hope. Either way, I love those like retro memes about him. Yo, dog, we heard you like our currency or like our in-game currency, so we give you some currency on top of the currency you already had, and expect you to live with all that currency. Yeah, that sounds like Destiny to me right now.
How true the words are spoken.
So yeah, my inventory is gonna scream. Like you said, inventory is definitely going to scream once Solstice starts, 100%, because we're getting three event currencies, these event tickets. We're getting all kinds of nonsense. Ugh.
Ash tickets and leaves.
And kindling.
Kindling. Yep.
Ash tickets, leaves, kindling, like on top of
oh my
everything else we're getting this season. Like, holy crap. Oh.
Well, man, I'm still looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna look forward to trying to judge what to throw into my vault to free up inventory space.
delete it all and start fresh with this new armor.
Nah, I'm good.
Here we'll do a charity stream, and Des has got to delete it all and start fresh during Solstice. Or use your Patreon perks to ask for that. Everybody in chat is saying silver ass. Be the worst word we say right now. I don't really know what meme that is or GIF.
I have no idea what that is that Kingsley just shared, but if you want to know and try and decipher that, check out our podcast Live Talk and Questions, which is our channel in our podcast area, which is our interactions for all podcast topics, it is our chat for recording live, and if you would like to chat about what's happened as it's released and as you're listening to it, that's where you can go and like grab our attention. The easiest for podcast discussions, or you can try and scroll through and look at this insanity. Kingsley, I'm a little worried about you now.
He's drunk off sickness right now.
Right? He is high off of some medication of some kind. Whether it's like cough syrup, if he might be robo tripping right now, just saying.
That might be a good place for us. Keep it to about an hour today. I've been thinking about this one. Thank you for ever said X gonna give it to you in chat. Mohafo. Des, why don't you go and give it to us, those deets. Tell us where people can find you.
You can find me in the Discord staring at whatever the crap Kingsley just shared in our podcast Live Talk. You can find me on Twitter at @des_Raven, where I'm. It's kind of becoming its own thing that I'm just not installing Twitter on this phone. I've actually logged into the Twitter website on this phone, and I haven't seen anything worth installing the app for. So, there's that happening. So yeah, Cyn.
First, you can find Kingsley in his bedroom or office, coughing with no voice, smoking a pack of Marlboro Reds or Marlboro Blacks. I'm assuming Cato might have sent him a pack over there in Utah. Kingsley Mac, all the places, or over on Twitter at MC Kingsley. Next, you can find me on Twitter at Cyn _media, or over the Discord next to you two lovely gents. And next, you can find our show. First, let me say this: Patreon. It's not a requirement, but for all of our Patreon supporters out there, thank you so much. I know a lot of you have used the perks to change my name. Kingsley has taken some extra liberties to change my name recently. And Mr. Monkey, I know in general chat, wanted to use some Patreon perks to make me redo a Young Gravy YouTube video. Not really sure that is a thing or trendy, as Kingsley likes to say. It is definitely a weird song, along with some Rickrolling in there. But I've listened to it a couple times now. Still about it, but we'll see. If I have the time, maybe you'll see me with those thrift shop furs, and we'll get some Cyn gravy up in here.
Yes, we need more patrons to demand Cyn do this. Is what we need.
Man, if we get too many, then I might actually have to do it.
Right.
But other than that, you can find our show pretty much everywhere, especially over on Twitter as the Guardian Hub, or on our most recently redone website. Thank you to Kingsley Mac's hot wife, as she is so profoundly named in the Discord, Stacy over there. Thank you so much. You can find our website at theguardianhub.com.
The best hub on the net.
Thank you, Des, and thank you to all the listeners out there today, especially Ghost of Kingsley's Past, joining us not so live there with some moral support. And
some weird memes.
Great memes in the chat. And to all of our listeners out there listening to through your podcast app of choice, until next week, we will see you soon. Bye.
Later.
I just invited everybody to speak. Just in case they didn't know they could do so.
Terrible idea.
Circus Soy means Taco Bell.
I think Gator joined, but he's double muted.
Awesome, muted and deaf.
Helen Keller.
Now
he's not Helen Keller. Now he can see.
I don't know why I laughed.
I'm not Helen Keller.
I don't know why I laughed. I feel so bad. How's it going, Gator?
Hey, what's up? I've been summoned. What's up going on, guys?
No, this is the After Dark show.
Nice. Yeah, I was just getting tail end of it. I just watched Thor: Love and Thunder. That's a pretty good movie tonight.
Nice. Can't spoil it. Des still has not seen it.
No, I'm not. My wife hated it, which means it was great.
Oh yeah, but you like it, so I don't know.
I thought it was. I give it a B.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Well, how do you give that? Yeah, how do you give that a B and Matrix a B?
No. I give Spider-Man a B.
No, and Matrix.
I have questions. So many questions.
What I'm actually curious about, and I might have missed where you've talked about this on your most recent episode because I have not listened yet. But we were talking about Reddit being chill about the new upgraded season thing.
Are we recording, by the way?
We are still. I
Okay.
may or may not include it.
Okay.
He probably will.
Is Reddit chill? Is Reddit chill? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, I know you have some recent experience with it.
Oh my god, dude! I did my very first post, and
oh god, how'd it go?
I was just trying to explain how many materials it took to power, to set up some loadouts, with the new Void 3.0 and the new Solar 3.0. I wanted to make some builds. You go to YouTube and people say, "Hey, man, this is the killer build. You'll never die. You'll never die." I'm like, "Oh wow, okay." And then I go in dim and it said, "Okay, you need this, 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 and this to masterwork everything and to get all the perks you need to add to it." And yeah, I did the math. I added it up. I went to Reddit. I said, "You know what? I've never been in Reddit. Let's do my first post. Let's see if I can get a discussion going." Right? No, it didn't work out that way.
Hold on. Let me find the link because I.
Oh God, please! Do we need to relive this? I ignored that post now. I don't even remember
it. Copy link. I'll paste it in the podcast live chat.
I kind of see where you're coming from on the cost of materials.
Can someone just give me one upvote? Just one upvote. That's all I'm asking. I'm asking for charity.
I gave you a comment on there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I don't.
It wasn't
remember.
Positive.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember my Reddit login. The last time I used my Reddit login was back when RNG had its Reddit controversy.
Oh my god!
So I feel for you, Gator. I know the general domain of Reddit because we had a guest on at one point in time that claimed to potentially work with Bungie on an upcoming. Actually, it might have been upcoming D2. Can't remember exactly. Anyway, we neither still relatively dumb to all this. Neither of us really vetted this guy or anything. We potentially took a little too much of what he said at face value.
Okay.
I got a little excited about something he said, which might have been a leak, something involving Nokris, which hilariously did end up being involved in D2. So funny, haha, how that happened. Either way, this dude, I felt bad for this dude because he got entirely dissected by the community. People checking out his LinkedIn and crap like that, and oh, Bungie's not claiming him. This dude, he vanished from this controversy. I have not seen him since, anywhere.
A lot of people do, I think. I think a lot of people do that, Des. They're like,
yeah.
"Oh, I'm out."
Right. Now, the bad thing is, of course, was our episode. It was our most downloaded episode ever because it was featured on Reddit. Some of the comments, I was used to our community, which was very similar to this one. I mean, good Lord, a lot of our old communities in this community. So very supportive, maybe skeptical, but never super negative, except for of course burning. But
right.
He was always a troll. But yeah, the comments on Reddit is oh my god, these guys can't hold a conversation. I'm like, you know what? Screw you. I've got an entire community that loves what I say. So yeah.
Well, the thing is I see where my mistake was. Is I told them what activities I play. I should have just said, "Listen, I like playing Destiny. I got thousands of hours playing this game. I want to make a bunch of builds, but this is what it costs to do." That's what I should have said. But I said I like playing patrols and I don't like doing GMs and stuff to get these materials. And that's all they focused on was the fact I did patrols. I was like, okay, you guys don't even really care. And it's like a mob mentality. One person makes a comment and the other person's like, oh, I can top that one. Hold on.
Yeah.
The comments are the best. I'm not going to lie.
It was entertaining.
It was definitely entertaining.
You know what's funny, Cyn, is I went back. I said, oh, man, it's been a few hours. Let's go back and see. We've got a good conversation going here. And I went back there, and I swear, it's like someone took my toy, man. I was like, what? Why would someone say that? What the?
Right.
Oh my God.
It's no holds barred on Reddit. You should have known that
whatsoever.
I should have probably talked to one of you guys before posting it. But you know me, man. I'm Mr. Impulsive. I just do it. Hazel knows.
Yeah, we know.
Also, a lot of these comments are just remind me that Reddit also does remind me of the brutal honesty of if you ask a child a question.
Right. Yeah, there's no filter, man. There's no filter.
Right. That's what some of this reminds me of. It's just like you've asked this like 5-year-old a question, and all of a sudden you just get torn down. And it's just like, oh, thanks, kid. I'm just gonna go.
Well,
now.
I had my son look at it. He's a 25-year-old. I said, okay, these are probably the age kids that are on here, right? And he goes, yeah, Dad. You don't put a wall of text up. 2, you don't have anything separated. He said, 2, you don't have anything you don't have any kind of paragraphs. It's just one big. He said, what? You don't put walls of text up. I'm like, I didn't know that. He said, you got to read the thing, man. I'm like, well, I thought this was anyway. And then the second mistake I made is I actually responded to my own post. I guess that's a no-no. Because I was trying to explain, you guys are missing the point. It's not about what I'm doing. I just want to make these builds, and you're making fun of me, and I want to go home.
Oh, I think, what is it, Billy Madison? Stop making fun of me.
It was a sobering experience because I will say this: our community, our group of Discords, is much kinder, and probably gives me a lot of slack compared. And I went out in the real world and dipped my toe in the pool, and oh my god, it was a learning experience.
Like leaving your hometown for the first time.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, my mom and dad isn't going to be here to pick me up. What?
Right. I don't know where anything is.
Where the hell's Kingsley, by the way?
He's sick.
Oh,
He's in the chat, but he's here for oral support.
That sucks. Hope you get feeling better, buddy. Yeah. I listened to last week's show, by the way. It's a very good show. Very, very good conversations. That's what I love, man.
I just so you know, the little tidbit after the ending wasn't the full part, so
okay,
which may give you some hope, but may also not.
Probably not. That's all right. I'm getting a little thicker skin now. I used to be real sensitive to stuff, and now I've become. I mean, me and RNG Gator got into it one day. I thought he was being a smartass, and I realized I don't get to context sometimes. You got to put an emoji behind your sentence. Give me a kissy face or something, you know? Let me know you're just kidding, because I will take it literally. I'll go, what do you mean? And I do the same thing.
A little sensitive.
I'm a little sensitive sometimes. It's just my lack of internet. I've been on forums and stuff, but that was it was a bunch of old guys. These younger people, I'm not used to the way things are stated and stuff. I don't know.